Hello students, welcome to physics class. Today we starting a new chapter, that is motion in a plane. Chapter number 4 from NCERT textbook. In the last chapter, that is motion in a straight line. We know that the object is moving along a straight line. So there are two directions is possible. For that moving object, only two directions are possible. So the directional aspects of velocity, displacement, acceleration all are satisfied by putting positive and negative signs because there are only two directions. But if the object is moving in a plane or in space, there are many directions. Many directions are possible for that object for moving. So the direction is very much important. Along with the magnitude of the quantity, we have to specify what the direction of the object, in what direction the object is moving, or what is the direction of the object's position right at that instant. So, along with the magnitude, we have to specify the direction too for the quantities like velocity, acceleration, displacement, etc. So, such type of quantity which possess both magnitude and direction are known as vector quantity. So to study this concept, that is motion in a plane, we are introducing a new type of physical quantity named vector quantity which possess both magnitude and direction. We already know that there are scalar quantity and vector quantity. The entire physical quantity can be classified into scalar and vector. See that the scalar quantities are the physical quantity which have only magnitude and no direction are called scalar quantities. Example, mass, volume, density, time, speed, etc. are scalar quantity. And vector quantities are the physical quantity which have both magnitude and direction are called a vector quantity. Example, displacement, velocity, force, momentum, etc. Now, once we are studying the motion in a plane, we are interested in this quantity, that is vector quantity. Now let us see how to represent a vector quantity. The representation of a vector. A vector quantity is represented by a straight line with an arrowhead over it. This is one of the representation of a vector quantity. A vector quantity is represented by a straight line with an arrowhead over it. Here we shown a vector OA here. It's a straight line and an arrowhead is shown here. For example, if you have a vector quantity like velocity, velocity of an object is v is equal to 40 kilometer per hour towards east. Suppose 40 kilometer per hour towards east. So we are representing that velocity vector here by taking a scale. Our scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer per hour. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer per hour. So in order to draw that vector, first draw a 4 centimeter line. 4 centimeter straight line towards east. Because our scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer per hour. Total magnitude is equal to 40 kilometer per hour. So we are supposed to draw a vector length is 4 centimeter. And then this arrow mark shows the direction because our velocity is towards east. So we showed an arrowhead here towards east. Now this vector represents 40 kilometer per hour east. A velocity vector of 40 kilometer per hour towards east. Now this point O, that is the starting point of this vector, can be called as tail. And this arrowhead is known as head of the vector. So every vector having a tail and a head. The starting point can be called as a tail and this arrowhead is usually known as a head. And the length of the vector shows the magnitude and the arrowhead represent the direction. The length of this line represent the magnitude of this vector and this arrowhead shows the direction. So this is the vector. This is the representation of a vector. One of the representation of a vector. Now another representation is also the another simple representation, that is by using simple alphabet. Suppose if you want to represent the force vector, force is a vector quantity, so we can write the F, capital F with a bold face. If you are writing the capital F with a bold face, read it as vector F. This is one other representation, vector F. Another representation is write F and show an arrowhead above it, an arrow mark just above it. This is another representation of a vector. So we can use any of this representation to for represent a vector quantity. Now let us see some definitions in vector algebra. Equal vectors. Two vectors are said to be equal if they have same magnitude and same direction. Here we have two vectors A and B. You compare this length of two vectors, both are same and the direction is also same. So then we can say the vector A is equal to vector B. A and B are equal vectors. Two vectors are said to be equal if they have same magnitude and same direction. In this example, this vector A and vector B are equal. Vector A equal to vector B. Another, negative of a vector. See the definition, negative of a vector. The negative of a vector is defined as another vector having the same magnitude but having an opposite direction. Here we have vector A and vector B. You compare the length of these two vectors, that is magnitude of the vector, both are same. But see the direction of arrowhead. This is towards east and this is towards west. So they are opposite vectors. They are opposite vector. The direction are different. So we can say vector B is the negative of vector A. Vector B is the negative of vector A. The negative of a vector is defined as another vector having the same magnitude but having an opposite direction. So we can say like this way, vector B is the negative of vector A, or the reverse also, that is vector A is the negative of vector B. Now modulus of a vector. Third definition, modulus of a vector. The modulus of a vector means the length or magnitude of that vector. The modulus of a vector means the magnitude of that vector. And it is a scalar because no direction, only the magnitude. It's a scalar quantity. And vector A, suppose the magnitude of vector A is denoted like this way, within these two parallel line, and magnitude, read it as magnitude of A, magnitude of vector A. Another representation is also the, we are simply writing that alphabet A. And it means there is no direction, it is not a vector, it's only a scalar quantity. We dealing with only the magnitude of that vector. Now for the definition, unit vector. Unit vector. A unit vector is a vector of unit magnitude drawn in the direction of given vector. A unit vector is a vector of unit magnitude drawn in the direction of given vector. For example, if you want to draw a unit vector in the direction of vector A, it can be like this way, vector A divided by its magnitude. Vector A divided by the magnitude of that vector. Then that will be a unit vector drawn in the direction of vector A. And that unit vector drawn in the direction of A is denoted like this way by writing A and a cap over A. And we can read it as A cap or A hat, A cap, C-A-P, or A hat, H-A-T, A hat, or A cap. It means it's a unit vector drawn in the direction of vector A. So to find a unit vector in the direction of vector A, what you can do is divide that vector by its magnitude. Then that will be a unit vector in the direction of given vector. And read it as A cap or A hat. Now let us see what is collinear vector. The vectors which either act along the same line or along parallel lines are called collinear vectors. the vectors which either act along the same line or along parallel lines are called a collinear vector. Here, the vector A and B are acting along in same line. Vector A and B are parallel lines. The direction are same. The angle between them is equal to 0. By the time we will call it as like or parallel vectors. We also call them as like or parallel vector. Parallel vector or like vectors are collinear vectors. And in this example, vector A and B are in opposite direction. The angle between them is 180 degree. They are acting in same line, but the direction are different. The angle between them, theta, is equal to 180 degree. Here, the vector and B are anti-parallel. A and B are anti-parallel. By the time we will call such vector are unlike or anti-parallel vector. Unlike or anti-parallel vector. The angle between such vectors is always 180 degree. But however, all are collinear vector. Collinear vectors. Now, coplanar vectors. Coplanar vector. The vector which act in the same plane are called coplanar vector. Here we show two vectors A and B. They lies in the same plane, in this plane of this board. So vector A and B are coplanar vector. The vector which act in the same plane are called a coplanar vector. Now the zero or null vector. A zero or null vector is a vector that has zero magnitude but an arbitrary direction. A zero or null vector is a vector that has zero magnitude and arbitrary direction. Magnitude is zero, but it have an arbitrary direction. How to introduce such a null vector or zero vector? Suppose vector A and B are same, equal vector. Vector A equal to vector B. Then what is the resultant? A minus B. Vector A minus B. You know, it is not a scalar. A minus B is not a scalar. It's a vanishing vector. It's not a scalar quantity. We're getting the 0 as magnitude, but it is not a scalar quantity. It's still a vector quantity. A minus B, 0 vector, null vector. If the two scalar quantity, that's nu is equal to lambda, minus lambda, nu equal to minus lambda. Say their number. Nu plus lambda, that's equal to 0. No, nu plus lambda is equal to 0. If you are multiplying nu plus lambda by a vector quantity A, again it is not a scalar quantity, still it is a vector quantity of 0 magnitude, and so it is a null vector or 0 vector. And some property of the 0 vector or null vector, if you are adding vector A plus null vector, that's equal to vector A. Lambda, suppose lambda is a constant or a scalar quantity, lambda into null vector is equal to a null vector. And 0 into A, vector A is not 0, is null vector or a 0 vector. Why we are introducing a 0 vector or null vector? Suppose if you want to represent the velocity vector of a object at a rest, stationary object. So we are using a null vector or 0 vector. In some such a situation, the vector having a magnitude 0 but arbitrary direction can be called as a null vector or 0 vector. A real number or a scalar quantity. Multiplication of a vector by a real number. Suppose we have a vector A and we are multiplying vector A by 2. You know that 2 is a real number. So it becomes 2 times of vector A. 2 times of vector A. It means its magnitude becomes 2A. 2 times of this magnitude of A. 2 times of the magnitude of A. So now the new vector is 2A. Vector 2A. And see that since 2 is positive, so the direction of 2A and A is same. Another example. We multiply vector B by a real number 3. So we're getting a new vector, that is 3B, vector 3B. The magnitude of vector 3B is 3 times greater than the magnitude of vector B. Since 3 is positive, the direction of 3b and b is same. Okay, now vector A is multiplied by -2. Now we're getting another vector 2a, but you see a minus sign is there, -2a, and the direction is just opposite direction of a because we multiply by a negative number. The direction is reversed. The magnitude is doubled. The magnitude is 2 times of a, but the direction is reversed. So in this way, we can multiply a vector quantity by any real number. If you are multiplying by a positive number, the direction of the resultant and the initial vector will be same. And if it is a negative number, the direction of the vector will be reversed. And however, we can generally multiply a vector quantity by a real number. Its magnitude will be increases by that much times. Or generally, we can say like this way, the rule, when a vector A is multiplied by a real number n, say n is a real number, if you are multiplying a vector by a real number n, we get another vector whose magnitude is what? N times of the vector, n into a. The magnitude of n into a is n times the magnitude of a. N times the magnitude of a. And if n is positive, the direction is same as that of a, and n is negative, n into a is opposite that of a. In this example, we see that. And generally, we can multiply a vector quantity by a real number, and the magnitude of the vector will be changed. And if the real number is positive, then we can say the direction is same. But if the number is negative, the direction get a reversal. So we can multiply a vector quantity by a real number. That's all today. Thank you.